Hi, I'm really glad you're here. Today I want to talk about manifesting, but more on the aspect of what stops you from manifesting, what gets in the way. And the thing I want to focus on, because it's been coming up as I do other videos, that occurs to me that the one thing that we have to be able to do is go inside. And for a lot of us, the feelings that we have associated with some things that are sitting inside that are actually in our way can be difficult to go in and be with. So I know there are people who I've seen that they have a clear idea of what's in their way, but the experience of what happened that's in their that caused the belief that's in their way was so intense and so difficult to be with that they actually choke on it. Like the idea of being with it causes them to feel like they can't breathe. And then there are others who have difficulty going inside because the experiences that they had that taught them things that no longer serve them are so intense and so powerful that they just get lost in the feeling of, sadness of what happened, or anger about what happened, or whatever it is that happened. They get lost in that experience, and rather than allowing it to lift and clear, they are trapped in it. They sort of get stuck in reliving that experience as if it's happening right now. And so, what I propose, or what I would like to see more of, is, and this is really my focus of my whole practice, is helping people get past it. That it's not something you have to keep reliving and figuring out and understanding. And believe me, I went through 10 years of therapy in my 20s, just understanding all the things that happened and getting a better view of what happened. But clearing it never occurred to them. Of course, this was back in the 70s, so, you know, we've come a long way. So, what I want to talk about today is the fact that it's about going in, being present, but being distant. So you are there. You're in yourself. You maybe remember what was happening, but you're watching yourself. You're not re-experiencing it. And as you watch yourself, that whole image gets a chance to dissolve. It gets a chance to move through you and out of you. It gets to dissolve into pure nothingness. Um, and I've even tried this myself where I had an experience where my mom, in order to help me in life, decided that because I had a bit of a hunch or rounded shoulders, that I needed my spine to be straight. So because she had that image of what she needed to me to do, she would walk up to me when I wasn't even expecting it and poke me in the back and say, straighten up. Now, it did not actually help me straighten up because I was always a rebel and I was always defying whatever she wanted me to do. But it didn't help me to have that experience of her doing that over and over again when I went inside and tried to clear it. So it may have been Neville Goddard that I heard this from, but I'm sure he's not the last person I heard it from. You go inside, and as you're watching this experience, you change what happened. So I went inside and I imagined that my mom would pat me on the back, put her hand on my back, and say, "I'm proud of you." And I did this a few times. Like I ran the movie a few times just to see and feel what that felt like. And I have to say that since I did that, I have not had that recurring experience. I do still have some back pain, but when I have the back pain, it doesn't automatically remind me that she used to poke me like that. Instead, I feel her supporting me and saying, "I'm proud of you," which is bizarre. And yet, I don't have that automatic memory anymore. It doesn't come up like it used to come up all the time whenever my back hurts. So, these are ways to, like, I know it's difficult for a lot of people. A lot of people have had some very trying experiences. And, you know, if you knew some of them, you would not want to relive them. And so by asking someone to go inside, I am not being glib about it. I know that it's difficult, and for some people, more difficult than others. But if you know something is in the way, you can go inside and imagine that you're watching it, that it's an experience that can completely dissolve. You can create the memories. People do it all the time. Your mind is very plastic. Even Joe Dispenza talks about that. That the mind is plastic, that you can relearn everything after a stroke. You just have to go after it and keep practicing, recreate those neural networks. But it's the thing about memories is they're even easier to change than if you had a stroke and you had a major brain injury. So these are ways that you can go inside. You can go there, and if you need someone to sit with you and be present with you, I recommend it. It really helps me when I get my life coach to sit and be with me and help me focus and stay focused and walk through it and change it. Because once it's gone and it's lifted, you're not wasting your energy on that anymore. You can actually use your attention, your focus, your imagination to create the things you actually really want in your life. And you don't have that block. No more barrier. You've moved through it. So I do know some people who have been through therapy, and the therapy will help them bring up issues, but then they have awful headaches and stomach pain and all kinds of symptoms after they brought up these issues because the energy was never released. It just was remembered. It just was relived. And we don't need to re-traumatize ourselves. That's not what manifestation is about. It's about being at peace. So finding a way to move through these things, finding someone to be with you or help you to have the courage to face some of these things and let them go is life-changing. It's just life-changing. That's all there is to it. So hopefully this helps somebody today, because that's what makes my day. And until the next video, I will see you later.